In this fast-paced time, everyone wants to learn English, everybody wants to speak English like native speaker, but they have no time, right? But they have keen desire to learn this language. They are pursuing as much as possible, but all the time keep on speaking that I am very much busy person and I have no time. So if you are making these kinds of excuses, so how could you amazing yourself that I can speak English very fluently? Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Neetu Singh. Today I have choose one topic which is going to be very much helpful for you, especially who are on the process of learning this journey. So without delaying, let's have to start. The topic is grammar. Yes, grammar has become very much important topic for every one of us, especially who are on the process of learning English, but they are afraid of grammar's rules, regulation. But do you think that if you have to learn this new language, so how much grammar is important? Sometimes we feel disappointed when we start very enthusiastically that we have to start to learn from today, but when we start to use of grammatical rules just like do, did, it does, and people think that have, having, can, could, will, would, so you will be confused all the time. How have to use grammar? Yeah, you are going to learn English language only, this is nothing else. So we have to start to new these kinds of thing. Why have to learn grammars? Grammars is important for those school going girls and boys below of 20 years old, because they have to take examination. Just like Hindi, when we start to speak Hindi, suppose that when a child born, newborn baby, how they start to speak Hindi? Because of their surroundings. Okay, all people all the time is speaking Hindi, that's why a newborn baby start to speak Hindi. In the same way, you will have to create an environment by which you can start to speak English very fluently. According to your flow, according to your time, you have to start to speak English. Don't have to, when you find comfortable, that time you start to do practice, and as much as possible you will be in practice, only then you can improve your English, not by following grammatical rules. Okay, so now only one thing is very much important, which I am going to explain. Grammar is a backbone. Everyone say that grammar is backbone. Okay, it's grammar is backbone, because when we have to take an examination, just like a Hindi, when we start to speak Hindi, when we were at our school, that time we had to take examination even in Hindi. Vyakaran we had to follow, right? In the same way, you will have to follow grammatical rule for examination only, not to speak English. Only you can speak English by following those people who all the time keep on speaking in English, and by listening any audio. Whenever you get time, you have to start to listen audio 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whenever you are comfortable and alone at your home, right? And second thing is reading book. When you will start to read a book, that time you will find, you will get a set of structures of sentences, because to speak English, sentences is very much important. If you have no idea which kinds of sentence I have to use, so only by following grammatical rules, how would you know that? Okay, once you have a knowledge that we have to put will and would, can, could, got it? But when matters come to speak English as a fluent, how will you do? How would you do that time? You will start to think that I know everything in grammar, but how have to spell a word? Where have to I have to go on flow, I have to come down, bring down my flow. So by following those people who all the time keep on speaking in English, you can start to speak. As we go anywhere other country, that time you are native speaker of Hindi, so by observing their tone, their language, you start to speak English now, you start any other languages now. In the same way, you will have to follow these rules regulations by observing, by their tone, accent, flow, up and down, high pitch, slow pitch, not by following grammatical rules. You have to use good phrasal words, idioms. These kinds of things are important. You have to keep updated yourself all the time. Don't have to follow that 30-day challenges, 20-day challenges, 7-day challenges. You are going to learn language within 7 days, within 4 days, within 5 days. It is not possible. It is up to you that how much time you are paying attention towards learning these new languages. Line, YouTube, books, audio, video systems. But people all the time keep on speaking, I have no time, I have no time. This is wrong things. You have enough time. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, enough to do practice every day. But if you are practicing once in a week, once in a month, then you are making mistake. Do not have to do like this. You have to do practice every day, even 5 minutes. So friends, I'm going to wind up this video, and you have to start to think about how to learn this language. Not have to be more and more focused towards grammatical rule regulation. Grammar is not very much important. You have to keep aside this thinking, and as much as possible you have to start to communicate with your own self. Never try to translate any word Hindi into English. When you get time, when you go for walk, when you watch TV, when you are doing anything, shopping vegetables, anything, that time you have to start with yourself murmuring. No, don't have to put focus those people, that what people are thinking about you. Don't have to put focus, because people will not help you. No one is going to be help you. That you have to start to communicate in English so very comfortably. I don't have to feel hesitation to start to speak, because tomorrow never comes. And at least one vocabulary, at least one idioms and phrases you have to start to learn along with sentences, not separately. If separately you are going to start, so you are making grave mistake. You will never find a good vocabulary with sentences if you are going to remember separate. Once in a week, if you have started to learn vocabulary, so how will you use once in a week? No, once in a day, एक दिन में एक vocabulary, and you have to put into use. आपको यूज में डालनी है इसे बार बार, again and again you have to repeat. Only then you can start to learn this language. So people, this is illusion that you are not from public school. That's why you are not communicating well. Even if you are from village, even if you are from Hindi medium, even if your background don't support, these are only lame excuses. So don't have to use these excuses. You have to keep it aside, because everything up to you. If you have 5 minutes time, you start to scroll social media. In the same way, you have to use this time on your English language. So finally, I'm going to wind up this video. Till then, take care of yourself. I will meet you in my next video.